Number 8 in our post-spring SEC power rankings, the Oklahoma Sooners. Obviously, John Mateer is the headliner, transfer quarterback from Washington State, who he can sling it. I mean, I know last year he did it against lesser competitions, but recently we've seen Washington State quarterbacks who transferred to bigger schools turned out pretty well. And getting his offense coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, to come with him too.
Superstar.
That's very important for his continuity. He's going to obviously have to get used to his wide receivers. It helps that he's got Deion Burks coming back. If you remember that wide receiver room for Oklahoma last year, just completely ravaged with injuries. At one point, they were missing 5, like their top 5 wide receivers.
Top 5.
Burks was one of those. A lot of the guys transferred out or went pro, but Deion Burks is back to anchor that. Jaden Ott, running back from Cal, they just landed a couple weeks ago in the spring transfer portal. Probably the biggest get of anybody in the spring transfer portal, you could argue, for a team that really needed running back help. That running back room has struggled for the past couple of years. Defense is solid. They got Peyton Bowen back. They got Eli Bowen, Dominic Williams, who transferred in from TCU last year we talked about. He's coming back. And then they added Marvin Jones Jr., who spent some time at Florida State and Georgia. And again, it's another 5-star talent who is yet to realize his full potential. But on the defensive side of the ball, it's kind of like Elko. Like, typically, you're not going to worry about an Oklahoma defense as long as Brent Venables is running it. And he is running the defense this year. Like, he's calling the plays. There's no defense coordinator. So he's doing double duty there, head coach, DC. We'll see how it turns out for the Sooners. But, same with Florida. We're not talking about the schedule. It's a tougher schedule than most teams have.
I think most services have them at the number 1 ranked strength of schedule. But again, this is a power ranking. Team A plays Team B neutral field. We think Oklahoma would beat a lot of teams across college football on a neutral field.
Yeah, Texas fans will love the fact that they have an easier schedule and Oklahoma fans have a tougher schedule.
Yeah, exactly. So with Oklahoma, I think where we got to start is that I think that Oklahoma can say, as far as quarterback, offensive play caller, and defensive play caller, that trio, which is very important, obviously, in any level of football. But quarterback, offensive play caller, defensive play caller, Oklahoma has one of the best trios in the country at that. With Brent Venables now calling the defense, he's one of the best defensive coordinators of mine in your lifetime. At his time at Clemson and Oklahoma, before he became the head coach at Oklahoma. Ben Arbuckle, the overall resume that he's built before coming to Oklahoma is extremely impressive. Obviously, what he did with Cam Ward at Wazoo and what he did with Mateer last year at Washington State. And Mateer, dude, a lot of these top quarterbacks lists that we've seen from people like Greg McElroy, people that we've seen like our boy Jake Crane, I mean, they've got John Mateer listed as the top quarterback in the country or the number 2 quarterback in the country in all of college football this year. That's the type of talent that this guy has. I think he absolutely is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in college football going into this season as far as returning production is concerned. I would think that, I'm curious if you agree with me, I just really need to see it against the type of competition he's going to be playing against now. But getting Jaden Ott and pairing him up with Javante Barnes, that is a much-needed get, like you said, with Jaden Ott at the tailback position. With a defensive-minded head coach, you know that he wants to be able to run the football when they need to be able to control the clock, give his defense a little bit of a break to let his defense work. I know they lost some solid production defensively, but overall they returned a ton on defense. Like, I'm not worried. You said it. They're absolutely one of those teams, as long as Brent Venables is calling that defense like he is this year. I'm not worried about Oklahoma from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm just not. If Ben Arbuckle can be what we all think he can be, and if John Mateer can live up to the hype, they absolutely can make some serious noise in the SEC this year. Oklahoma is the team that has jumped up the most for me from pre-spring ball to post-spring ball. The spring propaganda that is coming out of Oklahoma about John Mateer is they flat out did not miss that kid. That he is as good as advertised. He's a leader. That team is already talking about possibly naming him like a team captain or something. He's one of the team leaders already in the locker room. And if you haven't watched him play, I seriously task you to go watch some highlights of John Mateer. Obviously, he can throw the football and all that kind of stuff, but dude, he is as hard-nosed and tough as a runner as you're going to see from the quarterback position. Dude is not scared to stick his nose in there and take on anybody from running the football. So the couple tailbacks that they've got in him running the football, I just think overall that Oklahoma is going to be much better on both sides of the ball combined as a team this year than they have been the past couple of years.